We're going to break down the 7 easiest government contracts to get into that's out everywhere in the federal, state, the county, the city, you name it. And most people know how to do these things. Majority of these people know how to do these things. Just remember, if you have a felony and the government contract says, hey, we do background checks, you're the business owner. You don't have to get a background check. You send your workers there, your workers get a background check, and they handle the business because you're not on site every day, right? So here's the first easiest contract everybody knows: janitorial custodial contracts. Love and hate. That's one of my first contracts I won, doing janitorial work, right? It's always in demand of the federal building, military bases, state offices, right? It's a great thing because we can all do it. You can all fall back and do it. I gave this course recently where I showed people. There was 2 contracts in LA. In LA, they have a lot of people that's in the music business, actresses, and entertainment business, but they're not really making money. They're busting tables, they're doing what they gotta do. But sometimes it's kind of hard to be seen because you're a known person, so you don't want to really be seen. Janitorial, the DMV after-hour contract. If you got 2 of these contracts and a third one came for Glendale, they're averaging $98,000 for 36 months each. So that's $2,700 a month, right? You do $2,700 a month in each space right there. So you're like, well, it's like, say $7,500 a month, you get 3 of the contracts. And you do them at night. You have from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. to go in there, hit the bathrooms, hit the floors real quick. However it takes you to do it, they just have a checklist to get done. You can send someone to your family, hire someone to do it. However, that's some money at nighttime when nobody has to see you struggling doing it. And I gave you the code. It tells you how much they paid before. And I set this whole strategy up. But how many people actually really bid it? You scared to bid? You ain't able to put the time in? I'm looking for doers, not dreamers. There's a lot of dreamers out here, man. Boy, you gotta do the work to get the money. You gotta take care of your family. Or you gotta go clock in and have somebody get paid to pay you, right? One of the biggest things about janitorial contracts, everybody could get one, but sometimes it's hard because you're dealing with the owner-operator. So sometimes it's better to get a contract where you're actually the owner-operator of doing it. It's a good place to get some background business to go ahead and be the worker and the business person, and you get some past performances, all right? Number 2, the second easiest contract to get into is landscaping groundwork. You ever seen the people on the side of the highway picking up trash? You ever see all the federal buildings that, hey, they need the landscape done in the government sites? That's landscape contracts. Who doesn't know how to mow some grass? If not, I'm pretty sure you know somebody how to mow some grass and do the maintenance and do the ground maintenance. That's the second easiest contract to get. And I have all these contracts listed down: trimming, snow removal, irrigation, pest control. Those are contracts. They'll take rocket science to do that contract. Another one I got into, the third highest one, is food service contracts. When I got in, I was a caterer. I wanted to be a private chef. And while I was a private chef, I realized that wasn't making any money. I thought I was a celebrity chef, but I realized I was a chef that was cooking for a celebrity, not a celebrity chef. And then I started doing catering, and I'm like, man, the money was always screwing up and down. So I got into government contracts. Now, sometimes some sites will pay me over $100,000 a month consistently for 5 years to make sure that people are fed 3 times a day. And then they have these things where National Guards, every city, they have National Guards for the state, where they bring their guys in to drill 2 weeks out of the year, and at 2 weeks at a time, they need to feed those guys constantly. So all my guys is a personal chef and they have some cooking background. If you want to get a book bag with some people, you can fly around the whole country. In 2018, I made $1 million in 3 months by feeding troops all around the country. I was backpacking. I had 5 sites going at a time. Yes, food service is key. A lot of people can do food service. If you want to do food preps, government contracts is where it's at. All right? Oh, and another key thing is, if sometimes the government say they're going to pay you to feed 200 people a day, 100 people might show up, but they're still paying you for 200 people. Money in the pocket. That's the sauce I'm giving you right there. All right? 4th, transportation and carrier services. Those bus drivers that drive the troops back and forth, or even the prisoners, or just any transportation service. You get people on the bus and they just transport you. The school buses, any kind of charter services, that's the government contracts driving people. And then you have the carrier service. Why do Uber and Lyft when you could actually get a carrier service, get a van, or rent a van and go to the lab? So all these hospitals like the VA, right? When you get your blood drawn, you think they're testing the blood or the urine work inside the hospital? No, somebody's coming to pick that stuff up and take it to the lab. So there's a guy who has a van who's driving it 5 different places, picking all the urine samples up and taking it to the lab every day and getting paid $2,000-3,000 a month in their pocket, maybe $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, depending on how much carrier service it is. But that's a great part-time job as an owner operator, or you can put some people on track. That's one of the top ones. That's the fourth one. Fifth easiest government contract is security. It's security and patrol services, right? There's no security guard. You have unarmed security and armed security. And if you don't have your license, all you do is hire someone who's already certified with the city, certified with the state, with their guard card as an owner, as a manager. Hire that person in your GM. Hire that person in your GM. Say, hey, I need a squad to how many people you need, how many X hours you need to stand in front of these federal, these state, these buildings. And you pay that person as you bid it, and they pay the workers. Most of these contracts, they're telling you how much you're paying the current worker. So it depends on you how much you're going to spend buying time and selling time. So you may be buying that person's time for $20 an hour, and you might be invoicing $50 an hour, put some money in your pocket. It's a good passive income, but you have to know how to delegate. So we're going to go to the sixth, my favorite, buying time and selling time, staffing agencies. Temporary and full-time staffing. A lot of time the government don't have time to worry about employees being there on time. So it could be physical screening, nurses services, the hospitals, they contract out a lot of doctors. You ever heard of this thing called travel nursing? Yeah, travel nursing. Yeah, there's an agency, government contract. So they say, hey, we need 5 nurses in this hospital. The VA hospital may need a couple nurses, the Army. They need doctors and nurses. Your job is to find the nurses and doctors, staff them. Every hour they get paid, and you're making the money. You invoice the government, and you pay them, and you're sitting at home with money coming in. A lot of people not telling you this, but I'm giving you the sauce here. It's how you're making millions of dollars if you don't have the capital to start. Sometimes you can balance it out where you have your workers start, you invoice the government, you get paid, then you pay your people. But get my mentorship program, I can show you a lot more about that. But temporary and full-time staffing, you gotta love it. So I'm gonna go into the seventh one. This one of the 70s is government contracts to get into. Is maintenance and basic trades. HVAC, painting, plumbing, electrical, pest control. HVAC ain't going nowhere. People need AC everywhere, every day. There's a lot of people certified at HVAC, right? Painting. It's a contract. Who you think the government's gonna go to paint? No, they're contracting it out. You think the workers are painting in the DMVs and all these? No, somebody's painting all the time. That's contract out. Or are you going to be the one to get a contract? Or are you going to let the same companies flip and continue to keep the money themselves? I'm telling you, this is just off experience, man. I've did over $30 million, over 100 contracts, and I've won it. It's proof. You know what I mean? I need to call one of my people on the phone and show them the proof so I can even see what's going on. But it's like, the hardest part is, man, nobody wants to put the work in. Everybody wants to say, hey, man, I can't get a contract. I'll never get that. They're giving it to these guys. No, I wear sweats and a T-shirt, and I get it behind the desk. You don't have to know somebody. You got to know how to find it. If you don't know how to find it, like I said, my team, we're finding contracts for you now. I got a free webinar coming up, and I'm doing 4-day training. If you want to pay for the mentorship, come to my free webinar. Then go to my 4-day course. 4-day course is not expensive at all. Come to my 4-day course. By the time you leave that, I guarantee you can submit contracts of your own if you're confident enough. There's some people over here to watch it and say, I want to do it on my own. You might fumble a bag and mess up. I'm showing you how to do it.